think it means the difficulty of having a sector which is economically interesting so that you attract investors, but not to the detriment of passengers. And for example, you have sometimes greenfield project, or you have area for roads, for example, where you have only few passengers traveling there. And it wouldn't make sense economically to set a project there, but you have to do it as a matter of public policy. A dream, I think, would just to know that when you travel, you don't use the energy of the planet. I think it's the very big theme today. I like it very much because coming from the private sector as a banker, when I go in other conferences, they are very much oriented towards the private sector, and there is very little light shed onto the public sector. So what I like to see here is a different approach, which I think, even if it's not part of my everyday life, it's actually in the background to understand what is the momentum that the politicians would like to give into the industry. And also it's an opportunity for me to exchange on the ground, and when you apply directly these policies, or when you would try to work finance within the context of existing policies, then how it is, so that I can feed it back to people I meet here. I think it depends on the project itself. I think the first thing is that the project has to make sense. So that when you raise money privately, first, there are two levels of raising money privately, on the equity side or on the debt side. I'm going now to talk on the debt side. The criteria are globally the same. You have to have on the side of the assets something which makes sense, where you are sure that actually the level of indebtedness you're raising is going to be repaid over time. And this is dependent on observation made on the ground. For example, if you look at a toll road financing an airport, it depends on the traffic, it depends on, you're in a cyclical industry obviously, so it depends on anticipated down cycles and observing statistics in the past. So you have to have a story which makes sense, so that very simply the cash flows in equals the cash flows out.